Almost R1 billion worth of assets have been seized at the home of businessman Hangwani Maumela. The Special Investigating Unit pounced on his palatial residence in Sandton yesterday, attaching properties including 4 luxury cars, furniture and even artwork.
Maumela is implicated in widespread corruption by the SIU and implicated in the R2 billion looting of Tembisa Hospital. Newzroom Afrika's Linda Mnisi joins us now live from the raided property in Sandton. Linda, tongues were wagging and all eyes were on Maumela's home yesterday as those raids were carried out. Just talk to us about those moments again, and then also just talk to us about what's expected to happen and unfold today.
Well, Iman, it is once again the calm before the storm, and one would think that yesterday at around this time, this was exactly the scenes outside the home of Hangwani Maumela. Cars were just passing by with really nobody knowing what was about to happen. The SIU would pounce on this multi-million rand property that you see behind me. This is where the work was being conducted yesterday. Trucks, about 3 trucks, were stationed outside the home of Hangwani Maumela as they entered the property in a bid to seize some of his luxury vehicles. Those are 3 Lamborghinis that were found inside the property in a same color, really. I'm not very familiar, Iman, with, the makes and the models of the vehicles, but I can tell you, those are luxury vehicles. And I remember one of the authorities here exclaiming yesterday, just surprised that one of the vehicles had clocked about 200 kilometers, really, which is less than 500 kilometers. So these are, one would say, fairly new vehicles that were seized yesterday by the SIU. But we know that they are doing this to preserve property as part of the investigations by the SIU that revealed that he received about, 816 million rands allegedly through irregular contracts at the Tembisa Hospital. And we know that from that particular money, about 3 companies also managed to get about 13 million rands, and those companies, according to the SIU, are linked to attempted murder accused Vusumuzi Matlala, who's right at the center of the allegations by Ntantla Mkhwanazi. But the SIU, Iman, says the preservation order that they have is of property that amounts to about 900 million rands. Take a listen.
As part of the purchase orders or the bundles of the orders that the investigating team had gone through at that time was about 1,728, thereabout, and to the value of about 816 million, right? Now, as we said, the investigation is still ongoing. To date, the properties that the special tribunal has ordered to be preserved is in the order of about 900 million. And this is only for this syndicate led by Mr. Maumela. And as part of this syndicate is various other companies, including that of Mr. Vusumuzi Matlala.
Linda, let me come back in there. So the vehicles, 3 Lamborghinis, including a Urus SUV valued at 5 million rand. And as you say, then some of the other journalists doing work on the story say that some of these vehicles, I think the SUV as well, having just less than 500 kilometers on the clock. So in fairly new condition. We understand that there will be more raids. This was only the start yesterday, Linda. What do we know about that? And who else does the SIU and other law enforcement agencies have in their sights?
Well, it seems at this particular point, Iman, they're going to be focusing on the Maumela syndicate, as they call it. And yesterday the operations started here, and we understand that they had another one in Witbank, but they were not able to get the vehicles that they wanted. You would have heard one of the representatives from the SIU telling journalists just outside this home that they went to a dealership in Witbank, but were unable to, of course, retrieve those properties that they wanted. So at this point, the focus is on the Maumela syndicate, but it does not mean that work behind the scenes is not continuing. We know that work on the other syndicates is ongoing, and they'll be, of course, also doing something similar as what we're seeing here. But of course, this is not something that they've announced. On record, they've come to tell us that at the moment they're currently focusing on this Maumela syndicate, and some of the properties that need to be preserved through the asset forfeiture unit include a property in Bantry Bay in the Western Cape, another one in Cape Town, a property in the northwest in Hartepiers, two properties in Sandton, here in Sandton, as well as one in Zimbabwe that is in KwaZulu-Natal in Durban. So they are going for a number of properties, but also quite a number of luxury vehicles. So the 3 Lamborghinis that we saw here yesterday are part of the 4 that they're looking for. So they in total are going after 4 Lamborghinis. They're looking for 1 Bentley, which is valued at over 4 million rands. They're looking for an Isuzu. They're looking for a trailer, as amongst other things. But according to the SIU, there's been cooperation from Maumela's side. We understand that his legal representative was engaging with the legal representatives of the SIU together with the curator. Take a listen to what Advocate Andy Mutibi had to say.
There was cooperation at the property which we visited today. Our teams informed me that Mr. Maumela, although he was not there in person, he did cooperate, and his lawyers cooperated with our teams there. So everything went well. There was no resistance. We were executing a court order. Anyone who resisted would have been in contempt of the order. Right now, when will we get the assets forfeited? As you may be aware, that the special tribunal really adjudicate matters quite quickly. So the legal teams are well on track to ensure that the proceedings proceed.
All right, Linda Mnisi, thank you for that update. This is a story that continues to be in play, and we will keep our viewers close to every development.